Okay, we are live. Let's get this shared. Alright, let's get this ball going, guys. Let's see. What's up, EM? Alright, let's put some music. EM, tell me, can you hear the song just fine? Is the volume between me and the song good? Push that on chat? Sure. Boom. Who am I rooting for? Tunzo. I don't know if I can answer that. I mean, I'll put it this way. Okay, first of all, let's see. Okay, so Presi goes for the air slash, and Rooftni goes for the U-turn to set up Raichu. Huh. And the Presi with no fear. That could have been Scarf. Alright. So Presi has been a finalist a couple times, so it'll be cool to see him win finally. And then Rooftni has been a pretty good player, new to the circle in Perfect 35, so honestly, I'm okay with either or winning. But let's be honest, Presi losing would be more sad. So let me see what happened in the last two turns. So Presi U-turned into the Wigglytuff, who tanks, and now takes a Bolt Switch to go into their own Wigglytuff, gets knocked off, loses the eject button. Ooh. So Rooftni with the Flare Cannon eject button tech. And then now Presi uses the teleport, who happens to be the slower one. That's huge for him. Oops. I just realized, EM, you're right. That's it. Brody reference. There's a delay? Yeah, I don't know how to control that, honestly. Yeah, can't fix that. Not now, at least. Alright, so let me see. Um, so he goes for the Haunter. So what's it gonna be? Braybird instantly kills. Presi was not expecting that. Wow. Yeah, most Talonflames have been defensive in some nature, not fully offensive, so I can see that being catching Presi off guard. Ooh, let me turn on the. There you go. So now we can see. By the way, for those who don't know anything about Perfect 35, this is C1, where I've added a couple of things and essentially made a terrain weather wars. And as is customary, it seems that towards the finals, the terrain and weather aspect of the format kind of loses its mojo. I mean, we still have Grassy Surge Go-Go, so at least we have that in the finals right now. But yeah, Rotom has Refrigerate, Steelix has Rocky Payload, and Shore Up. Him on top got nothing, and honestly, it's the #1 pawn in the format. It's just so useful. Wigglytuff has Regenerator, which is why you're seeing it being used. It also has Flare Cannon, so it has some way of doing damage. Haunter got Flash Fire and Flamethrower. And if I forgetting something about Exeggutor, I think Exeggutor left him alone. Yeah. A lot of back and forth right now. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I might mute myself. You might hear a little pop. That's me coughing. Oh, thank you, Mats. Yeah, I don't know why. So yeah, here's Steelix using Shore Up. That's another added move. So it's, as you can see, Rocky Payload and Shore Up on the Steelix. Ooh, that body press almost. Wow, it nearly killed him on top. That could have been a roll. Probably was a roll. Tunza. So what I do is that the formats that I create, I try not to play in the tournament so that people can play with me to practice. Because I know it could be pretty barren when it comes to people trying to find practice. And honestly, I find it more enjoyable. But I did win a tournament. Vision B won, which Melton created. Since it's created by them, I was like, fair game, and I won. Very fun format. That was like a retro custom Gen 3, which is what I took inspiration from and I made this. So it's custom 35 pokes with Weather Wars. Tunzo, I'm pretty sure you would have enjoyed the format, but I know you've been busy. Like we've had Electric Surge, Cling Clang with spikes, so it makes Cling Clang a lot more usable, not just as a setup sweeper, you know. And you pair it up with Raichu, and you know you double its speed. It's a pretty good combo. We've also had of what's it called? Drought Macargo, which was pretty much like the Terror in the beginning, but people started adjusting their special walls. So yeah, things like Guzzlord, Licky Licky, like even AV him on top, you know, like they were answering the Macargo, so that kind of stopped. But Sun Team still had room, but I don't think any of these two players are using Sun. We'll see. EM, yo, EM, yes. Yo, the Talonflame killing the Rotom was huge. That actually makes the Eggy's life easier. But yeah, EM, definitely. I mean, right now we're in Vision A3, which is not custom, except for Terrapagos. We got what was it? It's basically regular 35 pokes, but I made the exception that to use base form Terrapagos, we would have to change the Terra shift. So it's using Scrappy. But other than that, yeah, that's the current format that we're playing. I'm actually more excited about playing C2. Like C1 was so freaking exciting, dude. Yeah, A3 will be the next tour. So with the conclusion of this tournament, we're gonna see more play of A3, I assume. Now hold up, I think I need to catch up what happened right here. So after the kill, he got the faster U-turn, which led to minimal chip on the Brave Bird. Proceeds to hard switch into Go-Go, and Presi hard switches back into Talonflame. Okay, that's crazy. And then Talonflame U-turns on the him on top. Yo, that could have been a kill. Okay. Presi goes into their own, him on top, gets a little bit of chip healing. Another hard switch into Talonflame. U-turns into Steelix, and then teleports into Raichu. I guess for the cheap healing? The cheap healing? So Steelix is back to full. If it's running sturdy, that's back online. Citrus Berry Executor. So right now the momentum is, yeah, this is a lot of movement. Zeke. Zeke. Ooh, body press doing 51 clean is huge. Future sight does not get the crit and gets back to full because of the wish. Very well played by Rooftni. Another future sight. Teleport into teleport. And then him on top gets back to full. I think that was a mistake. Like, just go for the kill, or at least do some more damage. Actually, no, the teleport. Yeah, you're right. Alright, Rooftni is getting away with healing their entire team. Ooh, that has to be banded, but it's back to full. And the Stonage gets the Talonflame kill. Yo, huge. Huge. Wow. That Stonage was practically stab if it was Rocky Payload. I mean, Tanzo just joined the... Here. Actually, crap. There. Okay. Alright, they're moving a little too fast. Hold up. Okay. Right, so we got the kill, Raichu forces, we got some switching, U-turn, stakes back to full. Yeah. Rooftni saying can't win. Tanzo just joined. You can tell him yourself. But yeah, as long as Presi has the defensive core, whatever is left from Rooftni's team is gonna have a lot of trouble. I mean, have we seen the Goat reveal what it has? It may not have much against his team then. In fairness, as long as Presi has his Talonflame, it's making things a lot harder to bring in the Goat, especially with all this momentum. Let's put this on. Actually, no. That's the wrong one. Here you go. So, speaking of Goat, here's the Goat. So it came in... I think it came to tank the future sight. Is that what happened? Yeah. Goat with very good base HP and spit def. Milk a drink. So the go seems to be support so far. Bulk up. Talonflame comes in and dodges the high horsepower. Quick claw him. Of course, Quack. That's an interesting question, Tonsil. I have no idea. Ooh. Air Slash on the Talonflame. So Air Slash has been pretty good in general. It's not showing off here, but let me see if I can try to find a good way to represent this without removing everything. So Air Slash hits Toxic Croak, which is a huge, as an important target to hit. It hits Medicham. What else? I guess it hits Guzzlord a little bit, hit stronger than the fire move would. And pretty much all the grass types. There's a lot of grass types that are good. Yeah. So eject button Wigglytuff kind of looking sad here because then again it was knocked off. But I don't know how the eject button would have been a long-term plan, but might be a strategy of just eject button going to this Talonflame, which seemed like it was banded or something, but pretty cool team. Presi, on the other hand, he had quite the bulky team with a Hunter in the back. Like, this is a bulky 5-core. So, yeah, very bulky. Let's see if Rooftni changes things around. Okay, so let's see what can we do while we wait. Up, the game started. Cool. I think what I'll do is put in the stream the list that we're currently using. Whoa, too big. Too big. Too big. Alright, hold up. It's still too big. Alright, let's do like that. Whatever. Let's do like that. I guess this is mostly for you, Tunsil. But yeah, this is what the format looks like. It seems like Rooftni has now transitioned to having double terrain, both using the goat and the Klinkler. And Presi brought the same team as last time. So yeah, as you can see here, based on the list, it's essentially terrain weather wars. It's very fun. I really like the rain teams. Medicham with Jet Punch is freaking scary. But yeah, Solrock was probably one of the least used, along with Delibird. But Solrock has a set that I think had potential. Psychic Seed with the Psychic Surge, Victory Dance, and go Acrobatics, you know? It's really good. Muffin is another threat. Some people like using it. I think I only saw me and Quack using it though. One thing to note, for those who are not familiar with the format right now, essentially Wheezing is the #1 threat of the format. Not because of damage output, but because it has Mortal Spin, which makes, you know, block the spinning pretty hard to do. Oop. Alright, sorry. So yeah, Palosan with the Sandstream makes it that it has a boosted show up, which is pretty cool. Relicanth here can be used both in rain teams or in sand teams with this new ability. Oh yeah, the game hasn't started yet. I mean, it started, but they haven't picked their leads yet. So until they do, I'm just gonna be like this. Jinx, it's another. Oh, by the way, so yeah, thank you, bots. Jinx is, I would say, is actually very scary. Offensively, it has everything to hit the entire tier. It's just how it's gonna do it that changes how it plays. Wailord actually was dope. I mean, we got our boy Matzo here. Probably one of the better sets I've seen using Wailord. Oh yeah, you can start. My bad. Okay, so let's see. Turn one. um, okay, good. Wiggly tough setting up the rocks. Again, losing the leftovers. But at least it brings in the safe toxic croak. And this croak is gonna go. Bruh. Should have gone gunk. Gunk killed the Talonflame. Oh well. So as you can see, Mortal Spin on the Wheezing. Oh, my bad. Completely forgot. I like how you said it, and I forgot anyways. Alright, let's do this again. Real quick. Yeah, so we got the switch. Rocks. Wiggly loses its leftovers, and Toxic Crow misses a rock slide, which I honestly think should have been a gunk shot. Then Rooftni goes into the Wheezing, neutralizing gas, and they go for Mortal Spin. So that's the huge move that makes Wheezing out of nowhere become a top threat. Ooh. So from 100 it did 98 with a crit. Wow, that's that's crazy. Presi with the luck here, huh? Poison jab, not gunk. Alright, that's fine too. That probably is the reason why I didn't click gunk the last time. Alright. That's actually huge, by the way. Him on top being down, it's huge. Here's Hunter again. There's probably no safe switch-ins. Clean Clan, proper prediction. Okay. Steelix comes in, blocks a bull switch. Steelix drops the Stealth Rocks, and then here we go. Flash Fire Hunter. It came in here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. Shadow Ball actually hits the Clean Clan. And sets up the spikes. That way it doesn't come in for free. Ooh, okay, so Rooftni risking the spikes because the Rapid Spinner is dead. Brings in the go to miss a rock slide. Oh boy. Rooftni not having a good time. Ooh, that sucks. I should change the song. Let's see. Okay. I need to remember to pause, bro. Okay. So after the miss, go into Wheezing. The city goes for the body press, resisted. Switches to the right shoe. That was bold. Cause isn't that, yeah, could have gone for Earthquake. That's bold. Alright. Both switches. Brings in the Toxic Croak. Does 35 to Haunter. Ooh. Haunter switches into the Talonflame. Okay, scouting the Sucker Punch. And Air Slash misses. Wow, everybody's missing their 90 accuracies. Alright, so Presi setting up the future site. Brings in the goat. And it does not eat. I don't think the crit mattered. Alright, brings in back the Toxic Croak, which... This is why you run Gunk Shot. This is why you run Gunk Shot. That's already 2 times the Gunk Shot would have been better. Alright. Now this is future side activated though. What are you gonna do about it? Yep, Talonflame's setting up the pressure. Brings in the Wheezing. That thing is dying. That thing is dead. Alright. So both spinners are dead. Okay, wishing on a Talonflame. That's good. Here comes the Steelix that eats the rocks and heals the Toxic Croak. Huge. Alright, Rooftni is actually in a good position so far. Question is, are they gonna go down to prediction? So far, Toxic Croak has revealed a move to hit everything, but if they miss or choose the wrong move, this could change things from the momentum being on Rooftni's side back to Presi. Sucker Punch on a Steelix? No. Why would you sucker on a Steelix? If your prediction was that Steelix would stay, wouldn't close combat be better if that was your prediction? I'm wondering. I'm not gonna say much. Yeah, CC was pretty free. Like he had to make a crazy prediction of going into Haunter to make CC not free. And Haunter would have taken rocks damage. It would have then make Sucker Punch a better play. At least that's what I'm thinking. And yeah, yep, that was a throw. That was a throw. I don't think dropping your defenses mattered that much. Everything in the other side killed you no matter what. Yeah, you see. Looking very rough. Yep, 2 bull switches get the kill. Rough. I can get it. I get it though. Sometimes when you're under pressure, you wanna make the most like conservative play possible, but I don't know. Not in a position to do that. Well, let's see if Rooftni can pull back on a 3 in a row. Because Presi is only missing 1 more win to become finally a champion in 35. Perfect 35 pokes. Rooftni has a lot of ground to cover. But you know what? That makes for great finals. So let's see. Yo, Whale Lord, let's go. Yo, so Presi, do they have a good matchup against Grassy Rain? Oh, by the way, yeah, there's different combinations. Grassy Rain is a very funny combination because I guess they cover each other's weaknesses, you know, sort of. But also, I guess you could think of, I don't know how to explain it. It just works. It has the added benefit of protecting Relicanth from Earthquake, basically. This is interesting. I like this. Now, what I'm curious is the set on the Warlord. We'll see. Let's put this on. Oh, Ian. Oh, man, you gotta go? Alright, man. Take care, brother. Thanks for dropping by. Okay. We started with the rain. Executor dropping. The future sight. The median flip turning. So yeah, Lumidian is your drizzle mon. Pult doing 34 clean is actually kind of crazy. That's not even super effective. Source dance. Yo. Yo. The thing about Future Sight is that the best switch-ins are not being used right now. I mean, Guzzlord is probably the best switch-in, you know? But then, like, as you can see with Presi's team, they'll either have Steelix or Talonflame or something that hits a dark, essentially, so that there are no resistances. You basically need your own psychic type, at least for Presi's team, you know. And Medicham does not look like a psychic type that wants to tank, because it has the fighting type. The pulled Barret. Rooftni has been spared. Yo. Is the returning the favor of missing all those rock slides? And lands another Pult. Alright. Alright, so Steelix is down. Here goes the Talonflame. Delmai's down. Relicanth. Yo. The Swift Swim. Aqua Tail. Sheesh. Moonlight. Oh, no. It's looking a little, just a little bleak. No, that's not a switch it. What is that? No, my Go-Go. Wow, they're banking on the Relicanth. That's crazy. Yeah. Not looking good. Wow. Well, Tonsil, you were right. Presi. Presi is like it's the G. It seems like Rooftni just didn't know what to do. He just grabbed the sample team. I'm pretty sure this is one of those team drops. Like, there is a better rain team in the samples. I guess they want to use the Delmice. I mean, I don't blame them. Wailord and Delmice in the same team is huge. And then Talonflame for the kill. You can say that you got scammed. I mean, I don't know. This it's like if you're gonna use a team, at least take your time. You're in the finals. You could take your time between a little bit, like just make adjustments. But whatever. This was very fun. This was indeed very fun. All right. Congrats to Presi. Finally wins. Zika. Oh gosh. All right. So Pressy gets to essentially add an emoji to the Discord, the Perfect 35 Discord. Uh, make their victory road, and they make a request to add something or whatever they chose on the little formula. I forget what it was. I think they chose buff something. I don't remember. But yeah, we'll see. So C2 is gonna be fun. Um, could I try to find a little preview of C2? Could try. Yeah. So no, this is not it. Where is it? Where is it? Why is it not here? Mm. Togi stays. Pressy says Togi stays. I guess that's true. I was going to remove it if he didn't win. Oh man. Okay, I want to find this though. Why don't I have it here? Okay, there you go. Okay, so um, let me see. Okay, let me remove this. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So these are the ideas that are being speculated. Speculated? Shoot. What if I did it like this? Nope. Okay. Um, so these are things that might come through, they may not come through. We got a buff on Clang Clang from Electric Surge to Hadron Engine. Actually, I could do this. Boom. There you go. Aromatease, huge buff from having basically nothing to Misty Surge and Spikes. Oh yeah, I don't know where the special abilities, whatever, comes from, but that's basically how you add a fourth ability to certain Pokemon in Showdown. I'm not sure. I guess because of something that Pokemon did at one time. So that's what Smogon did. But yeah, Jinx is Psychic Surge. This, oh well, we have the 35 pokes extension, and I mean the 35 pokes extension, and Perfect 35 is included in there. So I managed to put in here C2, or at least a speculation of C2, and yeah. So like whenever you build for Perfect 35, like you can make it show like here. I'll do 35 pokes. I'll change the extension to put A3. So this is the current list. This is everything in the current list. And as you can see here, Terapa goes with Scrappy instead of Terra Shift. Boom. Yeah. So going back to this, um, Goat getting a buff with Woodhammer. So out of all the terrain setters, Clang Clang and Goat remain, and Soul Rock and Licky Licky got replaced with something else. In fact, it was more like shifting who has what. So Jinx was already here. We just changed their added ability to Psychic Surge, and Aromatise. Now it's getting the Misty Surge. So yeah, somebody said this is one step closer to Rillaboom. Next thing we need to add is like Fake Out and U Turn, and I would just straight up be just a Rillaboom. What I'm excited about is this. So, the weather setters, everything changed. A cargo down here. How much? Like this. Okay. The cargo right here now, instead of having drought, now has Sandstream. Hopefully that changes how it's used and probably maybe bring more usage, because it'll definitely buff its special side as well. Um, but the other three terrain setters are different mons, and all three of them are different. They're new. The coolest one here is Hakamoa with Oracle Compose. So this essentially turns it into, oh crap. Let me change it to this. Boom. Um, it essentially gives it a tiny little buff on the attack side if the sun is up. So yeah, it makes this weak little guy at least a little bit stronger. And to give it some sort of support, uh, I'm giving it Stealth Rocks so it could do something. And Bitter Blade to have some recovery that also matches with the Oracle Compulse. Emolga is Drizzle, so it can have accurate thunders. I'm giving it Surf, so at least have some sort of also rain synergy, and then Hurricane. So essentially, this is just a Pelipper, an electric type Pelipper. Um, Glalie is with Snow Warning and Aurora Veil. Since it has mediocre stats, this might make it a little bit tankier, at least a little bit more favorable. I think I'm missing one more move. I think I'm gonna give it Baton Pass, but I'm thinking about it for now. I might even give it Parting Shot. I don't know. It needs all the help it can get, really. So let's go through the non-terrain or weather setters. But we got Livani got buffed with Sap Sipper instead of having nothing. Delmise got buffed by getting Water Absorb instead of having nothing. So now it could be a good switch into other rain mons or Jet Punch Medicham, which by the way is still here. Changing the Seed Bomb to Blaze Kick. I think I might just remove that. Oops, I keep doing that. I might change that. Here's the huge one. Executor with Regenerator and Weather Ball. So, yeah. It could be used either with Chlorophyll, Weather Ball, or you can have it as a defensive mon. Sort of what Presi was doing. This is still subject to change. Everything here is subject to change. This is just the ideas. I'm giving Raichu Swift Swim, so it can either be used in electric terrain or rain teams. I'm giving Togedemaru Spikes, since it's staying and it's probably getting buffed by Presi. This might be the option. Rotom Frost, I think I'm just gonna keep it with Refrigerate. Actually, no, it's Solar Power. Like, I was kidding. Wait a second. There you go. Yeah, it's Solar Power now. And it also has Overheat. This is subject to change, but this is just me messing around with things. The Den with Solar Power and Overheat and Moonblast. I think this list is old, now that I think about it. I thought I removed the Den. I am pretty sure I removed the Den. Yeah. Because I had to keep the Toge, I removed the Den. You know what? This is still fun to look at. So you can see what's happening. Wigglytuff is still the same. Licky Licky is losing the Misty Surge and the Stealth Rocks, and instead is going to get Unaware. So this might make it better against Boost Sweepers. Stoutland now has Slush Rush, so it could be used either in sand or in snow. Talonflame might get Flash Fire. I mean, yeah, it might get Flash Fire. I think I chose against it, so that's why it's not showing here. Yeah. Camerupt is getting Grass Pelt, so it can have some Grassy Surge synergy. And it also has Salt Cure and Morning Sun. This may have some interesting applications. Steelix is the same. It's losing its Sand Force. So it's only going to have Rocky Payload. Palossand is actually one of my favorite changes. It stopped being a Sand Streamer, and now it has Rain Dish, and it has Sandsear Storm. So this should make it really good, because it was kind of lacking in C1. Relicanth is the same. It has Sand Rush, but I'm buffing the Home Claws to a Coil, so it has a better chance of sweeping. Wailord, we just got mini Kyogre. This is what it is. It's mini Kyogre. With Primordial Sea, it lets it essentially turn off weather, so it can do that at least for teams. Swano with Solar Power, Hydro Steam, and Heat Wave. This might be too cooked. I might change it, but it's a very fun concept if you think about it. It's a water type that you can use in the sun. So, Avalog with Galvanize. So this makes it that the rapid spin is electric. So ground types will be the ones that spin block instead of ghost. Him on top remains the same. Wheezing, it's getting no abilities, and I'm reverting the mortal spin to rapid spin. Hunters remain the same. Silvally normal is changing to Silvally poison with sludge bomb and nature power. Mabostiff is switching to nothing actually. Yeah, it's just keeping a strong jaw. Guzzlord is getting nerfed from having Earth Eater to Sand Force. So at least it has immunity in sand. It's still keeping the Stealth Rocks. And then Muffin is getting buffed by having Thunder instead of Blizzard. So it can be used purely in in rain. And then we got Protosynthesis Pincer with Mega Horn, because why not? It can actually have a good staff at this point. And that's it, yeah. I mean, that might be the list. It's tentative. I know I made some 2 Mon changes. I think I have Carbink instead of the Den. I think that's what it is. And the Den has, I think it was Chili Reception. In fact, we could just check right now like this. Yeah, so there's the Carbink here. Boom. And it has Ice Body and Chili Reception. So this might give it a snow teams something strong to at least resist the fire types. And it heals in the snow, so it's very good. Alright, well, I think that wrapped things up. Thank you guys for joining. And hopefully you guys joined for the A3. A3 is rolling. It's definitely going. Usually a little bit of slow start because of the tournament. But once the tournament is over, it picks up a little bit of pace. So, alright guys, later.